1 minute, Deb.
1 minute. Yeah. I want to get up there and start talking. Is there anything? I was gonna say, oh, and there's another one. Oh, do you have this one? There's one under the, I've looked at my.
Okay. 15 seconds, so I'll count down from 5.
Okay, sounds good. Okay. No problem.
Okay. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Reverend Deborah Gretton Ganberg, and on behalf of the co-pastors and our Board of Trustees, we welcome you to Kobe Memorial Temple for our Sunday service. To begin our service, Anne Gresco will light 3 lights symbolizing the unity of body, mind, and spirit. Thank you, Anne. Please rise now for our opening prayer and remain standing for our first hymn. Infinite intelligence, great spirit. During our service this morning, we see you opening our ears that we may hear your voice, opening our minds so that we may receive your wisdom, and opening our hearts so that we may receive your infinite love. For all of this and so much more, we say thank you, Spirit. Amen.
Amen.
Our first hymn is number 104, Flow, Spirit, Flow, and our vocalist, Jamie Osmond, will lead us.
Spirit. Be strong. Better see the Spirit. I freedom.
Thank you. You may be seated.
Located on the handout in the front cover of our hymnal are our declaration of principles. Please join with me in reciting these principles together. We believe in infinite intelligence. We believe that the phenomena of nature, both physical and spiritual, are the expression of infinite intelligence. We affirm that a correct understanding of such expression and living in accordance therewith constitute true religion. We affirm that the existence and personal identity of the individual continue after the change called death. We affirm that communication with the so-called dead is a fact, scientifically proven by the phenomena of spiritualism. We believe that the highest morality is contained in the golden rule. Whatsoever ye would that others should do unto you, do ye also unto them. We affirm the moral responsibility of the individual and that he makes his own happiness or unhappiness as he obeys or disobeys nature's physical and spiritual laws. We affirm that the doorway to reformation is never closed against any human soul, here or hereafter. We affirm that the precepts of prophecy and healing contained in the Bible are divine attributes proven through mediumship. The healing prayer is located in the back of your hymnal. Please recite with me the prayer for spiritual healing. I ask the great unseen healing force to remove all obstructions from my mind and body and to restore me to perfect health. I ask this in all sincerity and honesty, and I will do my part. I ask this great unseen healing force to help both present and absent ones who are in need of help and to restore them to perfect health. I put my trust in the love and the power of God. Now, for those of you who would like to receive spiritual healing, please take a seat along the walls, both sides, and go to the next available healer. While the healers work, the rest of us will join in a guided meditation. This guided meditation is called I Am There, and it was written by James Dillard Freeman. His wife was very sick with cancer, and he prayed to his higher power, and this is what came through to him. Do you need me? I am there. You cannot see me, yet I am the light you see by. You cannot hear me, yet I speak through your voice. You cannot feel me, yet I am the power at work in your hands. I am at work, though you do not understand my ways. And I am at work, though you do not recognize my works. Only in absolute stillness beyond self. Can you know me as I am? And then but as a feeling and a faith. Yet I am there. Yet I hear. And yet I answer. When you need me, I am there. Even if you deny me, I am there. Even when you feel most alone, I am there. Even in your fears, I am there. And even in your pain, I am there. I am there when you pray and when you do not pray. I am in you, and you are in you. Empty your heart of empty fears. And when you get yourself out of the way, I am there. You can of yourself do nothing, but I can do all, and I am in all. Though you may not see the good, good is there, for I am there. I am there because I have to be, because I am. I am the law on which the movement of the stars and the growth of living cells are founded. I am the love that is the law's fulfilling. I am assurance. And I am the law that you can live by. I am the love that you can cling to. And one with you. And though you fail to find me, I do not fail you. Though your faith in me is unsure, my faith in you never wavers, because I know you. Because I love you. Beloved, I am there. Give yourself a moment to come back into the room. Always gentle here. Feeling your feet on the floor. Feeling Mother Earth coming up into your legs, your feet to ground you. When you're ready, just opening your eyes. If you have received a healing resulting in a correction or improvement, please complete the yellow card in the hymnal or at the table in the back of the temple. And this is what the yellow card looks like. And you can return it to us in 3 different ways. Give it to one of the pastors at the back of the temple, place it in the donation plate as that comes around, or mail the card into us. We thank our healers for sharing their gift of healing. We'd like to thank Darlene McCormick, Judy Cooper, Jackie Arnold, Reverend Judy Cooper, Daryl Demerit, and Lori Carter. Please stand now for our next hymn, In the Garden, number 155.
I come to the garden of love. Having to he speaks and no sound of this voice. It's so sweet. That he gives to the and he tells me so share. I'd stay in the garden with him. How would you share?
Thank you. You may be seated.
Wow, you did really well waiting on that note. I know sometimes we fool you, but you guys weren't fooled. That's right. All righty. Well, now I have the very distinct honor of introducing our guest speaker for today. She spoke up at Lyceum this morning, so some of you have heard her a little bit already. But Reverend Pamela Pollington is from Surrey, England. She is a spiritualist medium and healer. Throughout her life, she has always had an awareness of the spirit world. She is very passionate about teaching and sharing her knowledge and experience with others to help in their mediumship and to support their own spiritual growth. Reverend Pamela holds a certificate of the Spiritualist National Union for speaking, demonstrating, and teaching. She is also an assistant tutor at the Arthur Findlay College. Probably many of you are aware of that college over in England. And she is working towards her advanced diploma in demonstrating mediumship. So please join me now in a very warm welcome for Reverend Pamela Pollington.
Good morning, everybody. I would say the pleasure's all mine to be here. I'm so excited. It's something I've wanted to do for a long time. So thank you for inviting me and having me stay here. It's been wonderful. So I'm just going to start my talk now about life being a journey. Life is a journey, isn't it? And with a journey, it starts with one step. And that one step can put us on a different path than we ever imagined ourselves to ever be on. And I'm just going to say, it's different in England, I suppose, but in life, on this journey, do we like to take the scenic route or the motorway? We live in a society now, don't we, where everybody wants something now. They're not prepared to wait for it. I'm going to put it down to instant coffee. Or percolated coffee. Everything's instant, isn't it? I know it is in England, but you still do good coffee in America, so it's a little bit different. You're prepared to wait, whereas we're not. But that's a lot of things in life, isn't it? I think when I was younger, and you think back to that time, if we wanted something, we had to work hard for it, didn't we? We had to save up. We treasured it more. Whereas I think the society that we live in today, they have their little plastic cards. They buy everything now. So we all live in different worlds of saying the scenic route or the motorway. The scenic route will get the more beauty out of life. We take things more slowly. We enjoy our surroundings, whereas the motorway gets us there quicker. A bit like the way that we spend our time or our money on things of getting it quick, wanting it now, not appreciating it because we can have everything now. And that's the society that our younger generation is growing up in. And before they've paid off their, say, new TV or their new telephone, it's out of date, isn't it? Before they've actually paid for it. So just really in life, what do we want out of life? What do we want our journey to entail? But everything we go through in life, we're learning from, aren't we? Every experience is a learning curve. And I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about my journey here. It started way back, I suppose. I've been coming to Florida now for the best part of, I suppose, 20 years. Whereas 15 years ago, I suddenly realised there was a Camp Casadega, and my soul really wanted to come here. I wanted to experience Camp Casadega. I was watching a TV programme with a famous celebrity who decided to do this TV programme on travelling around Florida. And he come to Camp Casadega, and he got this amazing message from one of your mediums here. I don't know if the medium's sitting in the audience, but his name was Dale Winton. Unfortunately, he's passed the spirit now, but he got this amazing message from his mother in the spirit world who had taken her own life. And I thought, why have I not seen this place? Why have I not been to this place? I really want to go there. I've been coming to Florida for long enough, and I didn't know it existed. And then you put the thought out to the spirit world. I read books about mediums that have been in Camp Casadega, and my soul was like putting it out there. I really want to be here. I really want to experience this lovely place. And I then, through my teaching, through the Arthur Finlay College, I was invited to come and do some lectures for my training at the college. Minister Jackie Wright invited me, said, Pam, you need some training. Come and do the come and do the lectures at the college during my week. I said, okay, but I want to book on your week, and I want to have a naming service of that week. And that's what I decided to do. I booked on the week at the college. I wanted my naming service. I've done the lectures. But at that time, I met the lovely Steve Adkins, who's sitting over there. Good morning, Steve. And I met Steve, and because I was a student on that week as well, we got to work together. And I said to Steve, whereabouts in America you're from? He said, I'm from Florida. I'm like, whereabouts? He went, Camp Casadega. I'm like, no way. I really want to go there. He said, well, why don't you come then? And that really, you put the things out to the spirit world, and the spirit world will put you on that pathway. I don't think anything happens by chance. I think the spirit world will make those things happen if that's what we want, and if it's the right pathway for us. And then obviously, during COVID, well, it was COVID, me and my daughter, we flew over. I was supposed to do, I'd done a service here. I was supposed to do some readings as well, but obviously I couldn't do that because everything was shutting down. And we flew over on the Saturday as Trump shut the borders to England. And I didn't quite know where we were going to land, to be honest. We did land in Orlando. We managed to get our hotel. We'd done the parks on the Sunday because that's when they were closing. And on Monday, we went for lunch, me and my daughter. And the lady said, you need to go and talk to these British people over there. I mean, they are on free emergency flights to get you Brits home. I was like, okay, I'll go and do that. And we then discovered that they were putting these free planes on, but they were flying out on the Wednesday. And I thought, oh no, I don't want to go home on the Wednesday. That means I won't be able to do my Wednesday night service at Camp Casadega. That's what I've come for. So I went on the phone lines. We phoned up, and he said, I've got one seat left for the Wednesday day flight. So I'm not taking it. I'm not going home without my daughter, and she's not going home without me. What else can you offer me? And then he's on these, come back to me. Well, I can offer you a flight home on the Thursday, going from Orlando to Atlanta to home. I'm like, what's the turnaround? He said 45 minutes. And I'm like, that's impossible. I said, what else have you got? And then obviously he went back and he said, I can offer you Orlando to JFK home on the Thursday. I said, I'll take it. What's the turnaround? Obviously it's an hour and a half. I'll take it. And that way I got to do my demonstration at Camp Casadega, which is what I came over for. And that really, I feel the spirit had a hand in that. Because I went to the airport the next day to catch my flight on the Thursday. That last plane out had been grounded, and everybody had to get off, leaving all their luggage on the plane, and they flew home on the Thursday. But I know that Spirit had a hand in that, because that is where I wanted what I wanted to do, and Spirit made it happen. And now I'm back here now after COVID and doing what I wanted to do. So I do believe if we put the thoughts out there to the spirit world, that they do help us on our journeys, if that's what we want. And we learn many lessons, don't we, in life from what we go through, good and bad. And life hasn't always been an easy journey for myself. I've had many trials and tribulations. I've had many dark times in my life, and I'm sure all of you have as well. But it's within these dark times in our lives that we actually learn the greatest lessons. And there is a saying, we cannot experience the light or appreciate the light until we've been through the dark. How can we truly experience happiness unless we've experienced sadness? So everything in life that we go through makes us the people that we are today. I do have a saying that doesn't kill us can only make us stronger. And through what I've been through in my life, I certainly agree with that one. So that doesn't kill us makes us stronger. It makes us the people that we are. And sometimes these things that we go through are blessings in disguise, aren't they? Some people come into our lives to help us learn lessons. Some people help us learn blessings, and then others leave. And they leave us with having a feeling of that I've learned something from it. That's, like I said, you have to go through the bad times to experience the good. But life isn't always easy, is it? Life is not always simple. Life is what we make it. We have choices. We have choices in life to see things positively or see things negatively. And sometimes with what we go through in life, we have to try and see the positives in all things, as hard as it is. But it creates and makes us the people that we are today. And also what we go through makes us a little bit older and a little bit wiser, doesn't it? It's just people arriving. But yeah, it makes us a little bit older, a little bit wiser for things that we go through in life. And it's just a feeling of, you're standing here today and I'm talking to you people, I don't know you, but we all got something in common, haven't we? We all got loved ones in the spirit world. We all know that life is eternal. So that thing we have in common, and that evidence that proves survival from the spirit world, is when we do the mediumship, that we can prove that life is eternal, to prove that there is more to life than what we see with our eyes, to see that there is more to life than what we go through. But life being a journey, we do go on many detours in life. We go through many detours and we lose our pathways, but that's normal. We lose the pathway that we're on. And like I said, sometimes to have that blessing in disguise, that sometimes the pathway that we were originally on is not the pathway that we're on today, because we all have eternal progress. And eternal progress is open to every human soul. And that is one of our principles within spiritualism, within the English SNU churches, that eternal progress is open to every human soul. And that really means that we are different people than we are, I suppose, 10 years ago. I would never thought 10 years ago that I would be standing here, to be honest with you. I was brought up, my dad was very strict, and he was brought up with little girls should be seen and not heard. And if I didn't have a voice. And when I first started developing mediumship, it was a feeling of, okay, I'll do the one-to-ones. That's a lot easier. You're not getting me on that platform. But again, Spirit led you. Spirit led me on a different pathway. And I had to find that voice, and I had to find that confidence was it within me. So everybody here now, if you want to get up on this platform and the Spirit have a different idea for you, then just do it. What have you got to lose in life? What's the worst that can happen? You know what the worst that can happen is? If we stay in our comfort zones, that is the worst that can happen. If we allow fear to take over our lives because we're fearful of doing something, we actually are stopping our soul from growing. So really, if we're stopping our soul from growing, it's about finding that uniqueness within us and stepping outside of our comfort zones will make us the people that we are and the people that we need to be, by following our heart's desires, by letting our hearts and our souls sing. Now, if I didn't listen to the voices or to the spirit world on the journey that I'm in, I wouldn't have done half the things that I've done. I wouldn't be here now. I wouldn't be standing here talking to you. But you put that feeling out and the spirit world know what's right for you, and they will make it happen if it's meant to happen. If the pathway is smooth, then it's meant to happen. I didn't ever think I was going to become a spiritualist healer. But again, that fell in the right time, the right place, the right people. And it's just actually allowing your soul to guide you at times, allowing that love within, to want to be of service, to stand here for the right motivations. Mediumship is all about love. It's all about healing. People often ask me, why does my loved one come back to me from the spirit world? I say because they love you, but also to help you grow spiritually, to sow that little seed of love, to want you to put you on a different pathway so that you seek out your own spirit within. And that is so important, to listen to those voices within, that is the pathway that you're meant to be on, because that's why our loved ones come back to us, to help us grow spiritually. Excuse me. If we go back onto those detours that can happen in life, that we can be on the pathway, and then we can come off that pathway, but that's okay too. And I often think at night time, the detours often come out at night, don't they? I know I was in Florida in February, and they always close off the roads that goes down to one pathway. Detours happen. It's the same in England, and you can actually find yourself in a completely different pathway. But that's life, isn't it? Life has detours. Life has different pathways. Sometimes maybe an illness will stop us from being on a pathway. Life stops us from being on the pathway. People pass the spirit world stops us being from the pathway. But that's okay too. Because these detours, eventually, we do find ourselves back on the pathway we're meant to be on. And as I say, I was never meant to be on this pathway. Or was I? Or not? It wasn't the pathway I set out for. But when my loved one passed to the spirit world, and I walked into a spiritualist church, and I found the answers that I got from being in the spiritualist church were the ones that made sense to me. To find that there is more to life than what we realise, to find that there's life after death, to know it 100%, that our souls continue after this physical passing. I've had so much proof and evidence that life is continued, and then becoming a medium and still getting that clarification that life goes on with the messages that you bring people, the signs that the spirit world bring. Sometimes we call them pennies from heaven. Sometimes we call them feathers that just fall down. I'm not talking about the feathers like, you know, you could be in the garden, the birds are outside, but it's the random things that the spirit world will give us, the random signs that we receive. I remember getting out of my car once and coming back into my car, and on the dashboard was a white feather. Yeah, some people may be skeptical, but to me, that's from spirit. It's how we perceive things, isn't it? How we see it. I don't believe that we have our eyes open all the time to the spirit world, that they leave us many signs. It could be through music. It could be for the spirit world turning our heads to look at something, maybe a number plate, maybe a road sign, that the spirit world will show us we're still there, we still love you, we're still giving you the support that you need. It's so important, isn't it? I remember doing a demonstration one evening, and normally, just say the spirit world do change our mediumship from time to time. But I was disappointed in it. I was disappointed in this demonstration. So I'm driving home in the spirit world. I said, I'm having a go at them. You've got to be better next week because I've got a big demonstration coming up. You need to be better than tonight. But actually, they said, put the radio on. I said, what? I never put the radio on. Put the radio on. Okay. So I listened to their voice and I put the radio on, and it was a song that was played at my daughter's funeral. That song's never on the radio. It's not a popular one. And then the tears flow. And I'm like, I get you. It's not about my ego. It's not about my wants. It's about actually being there for the spirit world and working in the moment and trusting what you're bringing forward is what I need to work on at the time. So actually listen to those voices within sometimes. It's what we need to do, isn't it? To be able to have that connection with spirit, to have that love, to know that that love never dies, that our loved ones are only a thought away. It's our journey, isn't it? It's our journey. We cannot change another person. When we think about personal responsibility, it starts with us. People can walk on our journeys with us, but they can't walk it for us. Likewise, we can't change another individual because that's their journey. So this morning, I know I've said a lot, and I thank you for listening, but I'm just going to pose that question in life. Do you want to take the scenic route or the motorway? Yes, the scenic route takes a lot longer, but the scenic route, we take on the beauty of life. We look at our surroundings, we take it at a slower pace. We stop, we smell the roses. The motorway, we get there quick. But what have we missed out on by having everything now and getting there quick? We've missed out on meeting the people that we would have met. Like meeting you lot here today, you guys, you've all shown up today. So it's the scenic route that's important in life. It's seeing things from a different perspective. It's actually learning to love ourselves and learning to love mankind. So I urge you to take that scenic route, slow down a little bit in life, take in the beauty of everything. But most of all, love yourselves. And the journey will start there. The motorway will get us there quicker, yes. But life is for living, so live it.
Thank you, Reverend Pamela. Thank you so much for all you shared with us. During our musical interlude now, we will be passing the basket, and we thank you in advance for your generosity. Our musical interlude will be presented by our vocalist, Jamie.
Isn't it great to know that Spirit is with us always? And I know we should take the scenic route, but can I still learn piano like now? Do I have to wait? I want to learn to play the piano and I want to know now. Yeah, so I want to be on the motorway with that. But anyway, yeah, it's a great comfort knowing that Spirit's with us and we are never, ever alone, no matter how dark it feels. I searched for love when the night came and it closed in. And I was alone, but you found me where I was hiding. And now I'll never ever be the same. It was the sweetest voice that called my name, saying, you're not alone, for I'm here. Let me wipe away your every fear. My love never left your side. I have seen you through the darkest night. And I'm the one who's loved you all your life, all of your life. You cry yourself to sleep, 'cause the hurt is real and the pain cuts deep. And all hope seems lost, with heartache your closest friend, and everyone else long gone. You've had to face the music on your own, but there is a sweeter voice that calls you home, saying, you're not alone, for I'm here. Let me wipe away your every tear. My love, your side. I have seen you through the darkest night. And I'm the one who's loved you all your life. All your life. Faithful and true forever. My you're not alone, for I
I am here. Let me wipe away your everything. Oh yeah, my love, everlasting your side. I have seen you through the darkest night. And I'm the one who's loved you all your life. All your life. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for always being there.
Thanks so much, Jamie. It's beautiful. We have some announcements now. Next Wednesday, April 19th, our message bearer is Reverend Pamela Pollington. Next Sunday, April 23rd, our guest speaker at our 10:30 service will be Robin Mattatino. And that's going to be a really wonderful special service because during that service, Robin is going to be receiving her healing certification. So please join us for that, and it was wonderful to have us all support her in that. Every Sunday, we have Adult Lyceum, also known as Sunday School, from 9:30 a.m. to 10:15 a.m. in the Andrew Jackson Davis Building, the bookstore right up on the hill. And next Sunday at our Lyceum, April 23rd, our speaker will be Coquette Cruz. Announcements of upcoming workshops and events for this coming week. This afternoon from 2 to 4 p.m., Reverend Dr. Lewis Gates is doing a workshop titled Introduction to the Seance Room. This will be held in the Slater House, which is on Chauncey Street. And attendees will experience an actual seance. Space is limited to 20. So if you want to do that, get there first.
It's sold out.
Oh, they sold out. Okay, I'm sorry. I just heard that they did sell out for that. Next Saturday, April 22nd, our guest speaker, Reverend Pamela Pollington. She's gonna still be with us, so we're very lucky in that regard. She's holding another workshop from 11 to 4 p.m. titled Opening Your Mind to the Possibilities. This workshop will enhance your mediumship and your connection with the spirit world. It will be held right here in Colby Temple, just like it was yesterday. She did one yesterday as well, and I had heard some really good reviews of her workshop yesterday. Next Sunday, April 23rd, Reverend Diane Davis will be holding a workshop titled Understanding the Spirit from 2 to 4 in the Andrew Jackson Davis Building. To participate in absentee healing, please print the name and first initial of the last name of a loved one, a friend, or a pet in our healing book at the corner of Colby Temple. Right back there in that corner is the book. Flyers for camp events are at the back of the temple. And we have an activities calendar and a church bulletin in your hymnal for you to take home or to give to a friend. And I'll show you what they look like here. They have classes on it and speakers, and so right here, and there's extras right in the case at the back there. So if you want to bring some to a friend, help yourself. Also, our website, casadega.org, also has all the monthly information as well as upcoming events. So that's also a good place to visit, and you'll see everything there too that's going on. Please stand now for our next hymn, number 140, Peace Like a River.
I don't know why I got so weepy, but we're going to turn this around.
I got peace like a river, peace like a river, I got peace like a river in my soul. I got peace. I got love. Like an ocean. I got love like an ocean. I got love like an ocean in my soul. Like an ocean. I got love like an ocean in my soul. I got joy. Got joy. I got joy in my soul. Joy, joy. I got joy. Y'all are beautiful. Thank you. Have a seat.
Now for the message portion of our service, Reverend Pamela will be your message bearer. So let's give her another warm welcome coming up, raising that energy. Thanks.
I was just pressing weird. Oh, I've switched. Thank you. Good morning again, everybody. Good morning. Lovely to be here. So I probably work a little bit different to what you're used to. So I'll explain a little bit of how I work and what I expect from you guys. Is that okay? Wonderful. So what I expect you today is really just to keep an open mind to the possibilities. I never choose from the spirit world who's going to come forward. I allow the spirit world to choose. And I'm already, as I'm sitting there, I've got this person, that person, it's like, whoa, one at a time. I don't know how it works in the spirit world, whether they form an body or whether they'll just barge forward. Okay, does that all make sense to you? So what I want you to do is let's keep an open mind to the possibilities. I get the communicator, I'll get some evidence, and then I'll see who's going to take it. There's intelligence in the spirit world, but they'll get me to the right person. Does that make sense? Can you all hear me through this? Yeah, wonderful. Okay. Don't feed me, will you? Let me give you the evidence. My job is to prove with evidence the survival of your loved ones. I think I've said everything. Send your love out there as well. It all works on that love vibration. I do feel actually that I thought I was going to start with a gentleman. This lady, she kind of just barged in as I'm working with her. So I know I've got this lady, she does feel like mum to me. I know she, when she was here, she's kind of a bit of a powerhouse, if that makes sense to everybody. So I've got a mum, she feels like she's a powerhouse here. I know when she goes to the spirit world, she's making me feel very off balance with my legs. I know mobility become a problem. And I know also she's getting very confused. But I know before she's not a very patient lady, and I know with the illness, feeling the dimension, she's getting very agitated as I'm going to work with her. So that's the evidence, she's not like that now. Does anybody recognise this? A mum in the spirit world, I'm just feeling a little bit agitated with her. Okay, thank you. Right, there's a few things. So let me just work it down and see where I am. Can you take everything that I've said so far? Because I kind of feel like the energy's with you, to be honest with you. But you also can take everything I've said too. Can you take the mobility? That's maybe. Can you also take the impatience? But I also want to say to you that she kind of got very snappy towards the end of her life. Does that make sense to you? Like anything you've done for her was not good enough, because that's the way that she made you feel. Can you take that with her? Can I hear your voice? Not sure. Okay. What about the lady here? Can you take everything there? Yes, thank you. So let me work with you, because it's got to be this agitation. Thank you, Steve, but I do feel that the energy here on yours here somewhere. So let me just explain. So I've got this lovely mum in the spirit world. She wasn't always like this. I know she's going to her legs, her mobility was very difficult, but I also know that she's always had this feeling of her being very impatient, but I want to say that the illness steps in and she's not got her own mind anymore. She does get this frustration, is what I'm feeling. I know she's taking a little bit out of frustration out on you because it feels like she's coming forward. I'm so sorry. She's quite an emotional lady, is the way that I'm feeling. Does that also make sense? She's quite emotional because, as I said, that she just wants to apologise. And I know there's a feeling of her needing a lot of care towards the end of her life. I would have gone into a care home. Does that make sense to you? And I know that's not something she wanted to do, and I know she's kind of digging her heels in and saying, no, I want to stay and I want to be with you, but I know that that couldn't happen. Does that make sense to you? Thank you. But she just made me feel that really she just wants to, I'm so sorry, because I wasn't always like that. I want to go back, and I don't want you to remember me like that either. It's the feeling. But she's got real powerfulness about her, hasn't she? She kind of feeling that she can be very bossy around people as well. That's going back before the illness. She likes to know what's going on with your mum. She's very much into, I need to know, I want to know what's going on with the family. So I know that she loved her family as well. She's kind of showing me all these pictures of her grandchildren. Does that make sense to you? That she's got this, she keeps all her pictures out and she loves showing them off. And there must be a picture of somebody also who's graduated with the graduation hat on. She's got these pictures out. So I know we call it graduation in England. I'm not sure what you call it here, but so I know she's very proud of that. Is this a young woman? Yeah. Could be. Okay, don't worry. But I know that she's talking about being proud, but proud of all her grandchildren. She's always there giving the support as well as that's needed to, and now she's taking me into her kitchen, so I know she's loving to bake and cook and still. She's given me apple pies. I know it's quite traditional for Americans. It's not in England so much, but she loves it, doesn't she? I know she's growing her own fruit. Does that also make sense to you? Yes, because I want to be growing my own fruit. I have got my own fruit trees. I know also planting my vegetables as well. So she keeps herself very busy. Yeah, you'll love that. That's the way that she does. But she's also turning her hand to most things that called the creativity. So she's now putting a needle and thread in my hand. Does that make sense to you? That I'm a great sewer as well. That I'm making many things, but also not just that. It tends to be like, oh, she's now showing me a story I'm going too fast. Sometimes I just talk too quick. She's kind of slowing down. She's sit down, there's no rush. She's giving me needlework, but cross stitch. Does that make sense to you? Yes. So she's showing me now. She's showing me, you know, like we call it the alphabet sampler. Would you still have that on hers? Probably, because I know she's showing me that, but these are the sort of things that she would make. And she's also showing me that she's also got a patchwork quilt that she would have sewn together. And that must still be in the family as well. It's we call them eider-downs, or I don't think we call them, but you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, because I know that she would have put a lot of love into this. I know it, and it kind of feels like it's got every bit of fabric going on. It's very colourful, but Mum loves colour, didn't she? That's okay, you can say no to me, I'm really pleased you can. But I'm going to go back on to the eider-down, or the patchwork quilt. It's got a lot of colour to it. Does that make sense to you? Yeah, it's not with Mum. I'm going to go back to what you said there. Would I be right in feeling then that Mum would have liked to wear black a lot? No, that's okay. Maybe that's just when you said that colour. She did carry the colour black. I'm just going to. It's dark. Let's leave it at that. Okay. But I know when I want to go out into a garden, I know there's a lot of colour in the garden. She loved the flowers, she loved the birds, she loved to be outdoors, and liked to talk. And I'm going to find it really difficult putting her away from her. Because I know she can chat for England. We call it talk for England, but again, she talk for America as well. Again, when I go into that feeling of her being quite patriotic as well, does that make sense to you? Probably. Yeah. Okay. But I'm going to have to leave her love with you, because otherwise this is going to turn into a one-to-one sitting. And then I get told off. She's very matter of fact, and she said it as it is. Know with your mum that, okay, apart from, I'm going to call it dementia again, or Alzheimer's, I know that her mind wasn't her own. Even before she's just saying, she wants you to speak out and say it as it is, don't hold back. Don't know what she's talking about there, but she would tell you straight. Somebody needs to clip up the ear, but then, does that make sense to you? I'm gonna leave that with you. You will be the one that has to put them up the ear, put them straight, put them back on their pathway. They just veered off the path as well as she's put it to me, but thank you for working with me. Thank you. Now, I'm just going to give this one a try. As I said to the spirit world, I got woken up this morning by a young woman in the spirit world. And I said to him, if you're with somebody here today, I want you to come back to me. Now, this young woman, she's making me feel like that her passing was at the hands of somebody else, is the way that I'm going to put this. I'm not sure what the one she's found. I'm just trying to get her back in really close. Very intelligent young woman. It makes me feel she got me to be with the wrong crowd, is the way that she's put it to me. It's representing, or even be a friend. I'm not sure the relation at the moment. It's a young woman. I want to be in my 20s with her, but I know that her passing was at the hands of somebody else. Try and think outside the box. Steve, that makes sense to you, doesn't it? Beautiful young woman. She's got the long dark hair, is what she's showing. Does that make sense to you? Yes, okay, thank you. I know she's making me feel she's very intelligent. She went to, whether she went to university, but she went on to further education. Does that make sense to you? Oh, she's very well read as well, it's the way that she made me feel. Because she also made me feel that she got in with the wrong crowd. That's correct. And she's making me feel that her passing was at the hands of somebody else. That they took her life. Okay. And I'm going to write that she's a friend of yours. Because it didn't feel like this family, and she wanted to come for it. But I know she's woken me up at 5 o'clock this morning, which is very bizarre. Spirit world did, I don't say, excuse me, this is my sleep time. But I know she needed to really, that you've never forgotten them. And that again, she's coming forward with that feeling that you've never forgotten me, that you always think about me, you always send those thoughts out to me. I know there's a lot of love here as well. I'm just going to have to say that to you. I don't believe you were in a relationship. You can correct me. Okay. Well, I know. And she said that. She said, well, if we were, I wouldn't have gone down the path that I went. And that again is that feeling of that love she comes forward. I wouldn't have gone down the path I went down. Okay, because I know she's got this really nasty people, let's sort of put it that way. And that she regrets. But she's really coming forward, Steve, just to say thank you for never forgetting me. Thank you for that love. Just a name there. Just name a similar to me. Just say that to me. That's not her name, I know, but is that a name that you can take? Yeah, okay, that's a bit, I didn't know that one. But then, just going to find some, this was the name of Maria. Okay, I'm gonna put away from you now. Maybe that's my next contact. Just thinking about the name Maria. No, okay, that's fine. So I'll try that one. Okay, I'm just gonna let that go. But let me know that she's here, Steve, that she wanted to get forward to you today, and she said it's her love, and obviously that healing energy. She's got a really, she's so sweet. I'm just gonna leave it there. Such a sweet woman. Thank you for working with me. Okay, just I've got a gentleman coming forward now. And what this gentleman's making me feel, he's actually showing himself on a horse. So I know that he's got a horse. He's also showing me rodeo. So I know he's got a rope in his hand as he's coming forward here. Now, I do feel like he's family to somebody here. So I know, let me just have this. Gentleman, I'm just going to get him a bit closer. But he is making me feel like he didn't pass in old age. I feel still, I want to be in my 50s with him when he goes to spirit. He's making me feel also that his passing will be quite quick. Now, does anybody recognise this gentleman on this horse with the rodeo? He's got a great sense of humour. I don't want to be very old and I can't thank you. So can you take everything that I've said? But he was still young. That's just really, yeah, it's 16s. 70s, really bad. And it was a quick passing. You two can be quite, what's the word? I'm going to put the right way. Still quite energetic when you pass the I'm still living my life. I'm still going out on my horses. That makes sense. Right, okay. Because he feels a lot, he feels a lot younger to me, so I just went on that feeling on him. Because I actually just showed him things. Can you take the radio with him? Yes. Now, his family is that also correct? Because I know he comes with that feeling of I'm family and I'm excited to be here. But he's got a great sense of humour, hasn't he? He's just trying to make people laugh. He's trying to lift the energy here today, but that's what he's done. But I am saying that we have a quick pass and we can take that with him, can't you? But I'm here 1 minute and I'm on the next. It's kind of making me feel like my heart will stop. Does that make sense? It's a heart. It's just come on, okay, yeah. That's the way that I'm feeling, whatever you said, I don't know what it was. It sounds about right. Okay, but I know, as I say, feels like brother. But there's this closeness, isn't there? I'm feeling really close to you. I want to be, there's a lot of love coming from you to you, that's just leave that there. So, now. The horses were his world as well. It's the kind of feeling I'm just asking, most like, I mean, he's just saying, I love my horses, I love to be outside, I love to make people laugh, and I know he likes to drink as well. He's got a little drink in his hand now, he's got a beer, but I know that that's that feeling of so close to you. Doesn't sound getting Is there? Okay. Because I heard fathers, this could be father. Can you take all the evidence with you down as well? Right. That makes sense to me. It kind of feels like I'm feeling like I've got it down to him. Now, as I said that, he kind of comes in a little bit different now. He comes a little bit more proud now. He comes standing upright now. But do that on 27 when you pass. Yeah. He's, like I say, he's debating the subject on that. You get him on a subject that he's interested in, he'll debate it till the cows come home. That's what he's saying to me. I know I might be using some English phrases here, but that's the way that he's making me feel. He could be quite passionate about a lot of subjects when it comes to politics and things. That is where we can really debate until the cows come home. He wouldn't back down on that either. He's making me feel I'm right about a lot of things. I don't back down on a lot of things. And I just feel at this time, we just encouraging you not to back down, because sometimes it's with that message within the evidence of the spirit world bring. It's kind of a feel of don't back down, stand your ground, because I know your dad would have done. Does that make sense to you, that message that he's bringing forward? Because that's what I'm feeling. But it's just really, it's like, how can you go out, get on the horses again, you've acted. It's that feeling, that passion that you have in life. He wants you to get that passion back, like he then lost his passion. And he's a real gentleman. He really is. He's holding the doors open for the ladies now. He's got that real gentle feeling to him. I'm just going to leave his love with you. Thank you for working with me. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Pamela. It's nice to see someone working a little differently. We would like to remind everyone that we have our afternoon message service from 12 to 12:30 right here in Colby Temple. And a group of mediums and student mediums will be giving spirit readings to as many individuals as they can within that time, and everyone is welcome. We encourage you to visit our bookstore today, which is open from 11:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. and open Monday through Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Please rise now for our closing hymn, Let There Be Peace on Earth, number 203.
And let peace begin. Let love
Please remain standing for our closing prayer. Great Spirit, we give thanks for this sacred time we share together this morning. And as we go forth into the rest of our day, may we feel inspired to shine our lights brightly and share our loving hearts with all we meet along our journey today. For all these blessings and so much more, we say thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Amen. Have a wonderful day today, and thank you again so much for coming. Hopefully you can come back and be at our service at 12. Amy, that's
Good.